Hey, you guys, and welcome to Comics After Dark. Or maybe Guardians After Dark. For the real Guardian fan? I don't know, it doesn't sound as good. I'm your host, MTR, also known as Mathra, and as always...
Tiffany.
And we have a very special guest. Go ahead and introduce yourself to our audience.
Hello, I'm Jade Kim.
Yay, we usually have our I mean, not a track of people clapping. Usually our track...
There we go.
Thank you.
There we go. We have that. My nose just totally plowed into the mic. So this week is very special because we will not have our normal show. No news, no reviews.
Well, there's some news and reviews that we're doing.
I guess we'll talk about those. Yeah. But it's not the whack attack and all that good stuff. We're gonna be talking about Guardians of the Galaxy 2. Now, Jade, before we get into that, Jade, you are everywhere on cosplaying. Very, very known cosplayer. First off, not only are you a cosplayer, but you've also been in at least 2 superpower beatdowns that I know of.
Yes.
And it was funny because this past week, they just dropped the Batman Beyond and Spider-Man 2099. And I was like, dude, you're in this. And she's like, I totally am. And I was like, why didn't you announce it at all?
I did a couple of small announcements as Dana Tan. I didn't totally hype it up because it's I'm in there for 5 seconds.
It's okay.
But yeah, no, it was a fun time.
It was 5 seconds that I enjoyed it. On top of it, I was like, I know her.
Oh, thanks.
I know her. and the same thing, you played Psylocke in the, I forgot, it was Wolverine versus who?
It was Wolverine versus Wonder Woman.
Wonder
Look at
Woman.
me. I know
yes,
nothing.
there you go. So you were Psylocke in it.
Yeah, I'm the resident Asian woman. So.
And you also hit on Wolverine.
I'd like to think he hit on me. We hit on each other.
Yeah, that was weird. Is there? I don't know. I don't read X-Men. Is there a love thing between Wolverine and Psylocke?
Well, for a short time, but Wolverine's been around.
He's,
okay.
Yeah,
is he
the
man whore of
he's
the X-Men?
Yeah. If you couldn't tell throughout that whole video, he's a little sleazy.
Yeah.
You know, but
it's because you can hide him in your closet quickly. He's 5'4". He goes perfectly blocked by all the clothes. He's good to go. You're get him.
Plus, he doesn't die. I mean, he has to have some babes running
And he's got some stamina. If you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah.
And he's got scars. Chicks dig scars. I learned that on. I actually learned that on Teen Titans Go. I learned that on Teen Titans Go. There's another one too where it's The Simpsons. It's the Evel Knievel one where he's if I've learned 3 things, it's chicks dig scars. America has the best doctors in the world, and something else.
They always use that for anything chicks dig scars, man.
That's not true. I don't go up and I'm I got skateboarding cuts right here on my elbow, and they're
okay. Well, kind of into
we'll capture the scene of Jaws when they're showing each other their scars.
Okay, fair enough. There you go. That's the way to do it. But yes, you have several cosplays as well. Obviously, Psylocke is one of them. What else do you cosplay as?
Once upon a time, I did a Catwoman. That was probably my first DIY major one. Mm-hmm. And then I did X-23 because Betsy's kind of a badass.
Yes.
And I did Jasmine from Aladdin because my little brother wanted to be Aladdin.
How cute.
It was a blasty blast. I actually kind of loved being a Disney princess because small children are just oh my God. Which is way cooler than grown-ass men being oh my God. You know what I'm saying?
It's true.
We just had to have a conversation with Aaron about cosplay with consent. So can you explain to some people that may not know about cosplay with consent?
I feel like I kind of need it explained to me, to be honest, but I think what the gist of it is that in the community and conventions, women are sometimes clad a bit scantily, and there's nothing wrong with that, but men kind of misinterpret that as, you're putting yourself out there on display, let me touchy.
Yeah.
And other kind of things that you don't want to happen to you, such as taking weird pictures that they're not aware of, or hugging.
They're just on their knee at the bottom. This is the picture I want. It's no, that's not what I want.
There.
Yeah.
Or the way they want to take the photo. It's no thanks,
dude,
man.
I've had some weird requests, and I'm just straight up stop.
What's a weird request that you did approve?
Oh, that I've approved?
Yes.
Oh, good question. I'll approve random, unflattering things. Dude, can you give me a best double chin? Look at it right here. But
what about if Deadpool's can I grope your ass? Are you all right, you're Deadpool. I'll play the character.
See, what I do is I say, no, you turn around, I'm groping your ass.
Yeah, there you go. You switch it around. And I guarantee he's not going to complain. He's
Absolutely
oh yeah,
not.
Go for it. Grab those 2 Christmas hams back there. Let's make this a day. So, what weird requests have you got?
I've had photographers just blatantly ask, "Can you bend over? Can I see your butt?" Especially in the Psylocke, because it's a little bit,
it's kind of riding up there.
And it's like, I get it. Like, it's not the most conservative costume, but you're still asking me to do something that's relatively gross.
Yeah.
And I always just politely say no, thank you. But sometimes they don't even ask nicely. They're just like, turn around. I'm like, whoa, where
bend
am
over.
I? Is this prison?
You turn around. You bend over.
But then they probably would. You'd regret that deeply.
They're like, take a picture. Come on.
Like that.
I do actually know that some cosplayers, I mean, they will go with it. I mean, let it all out. But once again, it's ask for permission upon all this.
Ask for permission and be at least respectful.
Yeah, be cool about it. Don't be
like,
creepy.
hey, can you give me a sexy look? That doesn't mean spread your butt cheeks and let's see how far we could go. It means they're going to be like, sexy look. Maybe a little hip toss. I don't know why I do that so
like
good.
A doctor's
because that's your pose, huh?
That's what I do to try to turn the girls on. They're like, no. And I'm like, come on.
You know you wanna.
Come on. I'm 5'1". This is all I really got, okay? Nothing else to look at. But yeah, so there you go. Cosplay with consent. Make sure to always ask. So let's go ahead. Sorry, ask sounded like ass. But make sure you always ask for the ass. There you go.
Yes.
Mix a little bit of both.
Put it on a t-shirt. I'd wear it.
Yeah.
We might now.
I think
we
you
might
should.
have to. Let's do it. And on the back it'll say cosplay for consent. Yes, hashtag.
Yes.
That's what we'll do. All right,
There
let's
it
go
is.
ahead. Let's get on into Guardians of the Galaxy 2. What did you guys think?
It was great. I don't know, like, I keep getting, like, things like, is it better than number one? I'm like, I like them both equally.
I'm going to let you guys go because I got things to say.
You look like you got things
Yeah.
to
I
say.
got things to say. Not negative, but trust me, there are things to say. What about you, Jane?
I will say this. My cheeks have never hurt so badly from smiling so freaking much during a movie. And I'll be honest, Guardians number 1 was surprisingly amazing.
Yes.
And I was like, this is going to be really hard to top because generally sequels, even in superhero movies, don't tend to do as amazingly well.
Yeah.
But I will say I was so blown out of the water. Holy moly McPants. It was freaking-tastic, and I loved it.
You can cuss on here, by the way. Don't worry.
I
Yeah,
can?
you can.
Yeah.
Oh, hell
It's uncensored.
yes.
Well, I will say for myself, when I went in, I was like, okay, Guardians 2, cool. I'm going to see Thanos. I'm going to see some crazy stuff. And I'm like, halfway in, I'm like, wow, there's a lot of character building.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then, like, once the baseball scene happens, I was like, Ego is the bad guy in here. Okay, this is a rescue mission. Gotta kind of rewire my brain to not think, like, big explosions and stuff like that. So originally, I went in thinking something completely different and having to, like, kind of be like, oh, wait, no, that's not what I'm watching.
Yeah.
I'm watching this type of movie. So that kind of threw me off for a minute. But after that, I was like, once I was able to realize, oh, this is a rescue mission. This is what this is. That's when I was like, I could get behind this movie.
yeah.
But I'm waiting the whole time like, Thanos. They keep mentioning Thanos.
Right?
Thanos isn't fucking coming.
But it wasn't like your typical rescue mission. It was like a rescue mission that you didn't know what it was going to happen.
Yeah.
So it was very interesting in a different type of way.
I almost felt like the guy in Eurotrip that's like, I once watched a gay porno. The girls never came. The girls never came. That's how it was for you. It was like, Thanos isn't coming. Thanos isn't coming. What's
And
going
then I
on?
was like, oh, where's the collector?
Yeah, right. There
I
was
thought
some.
he would be in it.
Look, as much as there was a lot of stuff not from the original, this was a huge character development for everybody but Groot.
Groot was adorable.
Groot
on,
was
though.
adorable. I did love Baby Groot, and like
When
he shined.
cried, I cried. I was like, no.
When he cried like 3 times.
I know, but it was so sad. Come
What
on,
I
you felt the heart with him.
What I will say is his comedy shined when Yondu's like, I need you to get, it's like my helmet, but it's red. And he just like,
I am Groot.
just kept like presenting
Presenting
stuff.
different
I
The
was like,
human toe. I am Groot.
It's like, where'd you get this toe?
It's like-
We shouldn't talk about this.
yeah. He's like, please tell me you have a toe hidden somewhere in your drawer. Let's not talk about this. That was great too. I was like, what? And in the back of my head too, I'm like, how did Groot pull that off? And how did somebody not scream for Groot not to find that?
It's a movie.
I know, but I think these things. I think of with cartoons. It's the worst thing in the world. It's great though.
Yeah, but think of who they're dealing with. Like they probably experience so much pain on a daily level. They're just like, I'm Tofel.
What is it? It's not jerky
Plus
face.
they
What's
did
his
like
name?
a pre-party
Taser
thing.
face?
Taser face.
Yeah.
Scrotum.
Did you think that like when you woke up and looked at yourself in the mirror, it's like, you know what's cool? Taser face. And then even the gold chick is all, remember, when they say who brought down Yondu, tell them taser face. And it's like,
He's like, come on.
That's his last thing he says, and then he dies
like,
being laughed at. That must hurt.
He died with regret.
Yeah, he did taser face. I would have said jerky face. He looked more like jerky face.
Like of the beef variety?
Crater face, at least.
Crater face.
Oh.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting taser, which probably, you know what? Can we get a search on if Taserface is actually in the Marvel comics? Because if he is, this is going to be fucking great. That's like Batman using Condiment King as like a bad person. And one of his things is like, mustard, ketchup. And they're like, really? This is all we got, guys? This is all we got?
This is the continuity right here.
What were you going to say though, Tiffany?
What?
You said, and then you like,
No.
okay, never mind. Okay, my
Must
bad.
have been a thunderstorm you're hearing.
What I will say is, in the nutshell, the movie starts off with, the movie is something happens where the Guardians are supposed to protect something. Rocket steals something. From there, those people are after the Guardians. And Ego actually comes, finds Star-Lord, tries to
Rescues them, kind of.
Yeah, tries to befriend them. And Rocket is in charge of repairing the Milano while Star-Lord goes off with his dad, and you find out that the dad needs Star-Lord to basically power himself and to take over the entire universe. So from there, it becomes a rescue mission of trying to take Star-Lord, unfortunately, away from his dad. Yeah. And this sad music is just making me think of everything. Okay, so I don't want to get to the Yondu part.
Taserface does exist, just to clarify.
No!
Really? Does he look like a tasered face?
Yeah, I mean, he's pretty ugly. He's pretty hideous. But he's also known as Overkill.
Okay, that would have been better.
That's cool.
He's known as Overkill?
Yeah, I don't know, but they're synonymous. I don't know why, but it's
Okay.
Taserface was sent to the planet Korg in one of the comic books for Guardians of the Galaxy.
Okay, interesting. There you go. One thing I will say, Sylvester Stallone's character plays in very quickly and is taken away.
And I didn't understand what the fuck he was saying.
In
Both
general?
of them, when they were talking to each other,
Yeah,
I was like,
what are they saying?
Oh, you man, get over here!
You really had to think of to translate it for yourself. Like, okay, that's what he said. All right, that's what Yondu said. I'm like, it's cliffhanger all over again.
Wouldn't it have been great if like after the first like conversation he'd be like, "You're wrong, Yondu. You drew first blood," and he just like walked away. I would have been like, "Yay!" But that didn't happen. But we do find out that basically Sylvester Stallone's character is like the head of the Ravagers.
exactly.
Starhawk. Who is Starhawk, Tiffany?
Fuck.
He is the head of a particular group that we just watched. He's the head of the original incarnations of the Guardians of the Galaxy,
That's
which is why we get. That's
second-
why he says it, because Yondu was technically a part of the Guardians of the
Yeah.
Galaxy, and he had the Mohawk back then. So that's why he says, "I can't believe it took Yondu's death to bring us all back together." And the little crew that you see with him is technically the original Guardians.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Gone all rogue.
I know. Well, that was the cool
Hot
thing. I was
damn.
like, are we gonna get the original Guardians in the next
The
one?
old band's back together.
Can we?
Or are they gonna
This would
bring
be
it
great.
when it all happens with Thanos? Probably.
Maybe.
They'll probably bring them later.
Because
And then they all have to.
Because it's too much of a story to bring them on right now.
Yes. But let's go ahead. Let's get into the father thing with Quill and Ego, the living planet. So he's like a brain god that created a world that technically is living of him. He tried to plant his seed in more than one way.
Oh yeah.
And not only
He's a
several.
slut.
He was.
He's a slut.
In the name of universal expansion. Though.
Yeah. Is that okay?
I mean, he's a god. I mean, look at Zeus.
Well, he's a tiny G god. Remember?
He
That's
hooked up
right,
with a
tiny
bunch of
G.
ladies.
Did Zeus?
Zeus was a whore.
He is a whore, so he was a god too. So I guess
is it a whore or a slut? I thought a whore gets paid and a slut just kind of lets it all go.
I didn't know there was such a formal differentiation. To be
honest, right? Yeah. Isn't a whore like you go to a whorehouse on a slut house, right? Right? That's like a pay thing. I think technically.
But then like Ego kind of like he used like a little sluttiness to get these people to fall for him.
That scene
get
where
in.
He's just having sex with all these different types of species and aliens. And
If you really that he fails to say it to like the very end, he's like, and you're like, yeah, this looks about right.
And if you really like focus, like they're doing some weird shit.
Yeah.
Alien sex is kind of amazing.
Is it though? It's kind of scary.
In a weird way. I mean,
it's like lick the inside of my ear to my brain. Oh yes.
I'm surprised he didn't shapeshift into their.
I'm pretty sure he did.
He just came in the same.
No. I think
same hair. Same everything.
I think he just made it relatable to Star-Lord. I truly think that he did
then Star-Lord
shapeshift.
did like hook up with other species too.
That's true, but remember, Ego actually says like, I wanted to be the most appealing thing to you guys, and that's when he shapeshifts into David Hasselhoff.
Oh yeah,
which was a great fucking cameo.
Gosh.
I was like, yeah, and if you didn't know, the last song in there, Guardians Inferno, is David Hasselhoff singing.
I was like, another amazing song from David Hasselhoff.
Because doesn't he do?
He does Kung Fury.
Kung Fury,
and that song's amazing.
He can do no wrong.
No,
none.
He could do wrong.
Nope. None.
We murder someone, you're gonna be like, nope, he's still good.
He's still
good.
He's still the Hoff.
Hey, people are still buying shit for him now.
Will he? But here's the thing: is will he be there? I'll be there. No, Baywatch, nothing. Fine.
Stop.
Fuck you, Chris.
I'm sure he'll be in the Baywatch show.
Just go home.
Well, I love Baywatch with the Hoff. Right, he kind of had a little man chi and a little. He looked good for. He was
like in his 40s.
He looked good for dad bod. He looked good for dad bod during Baywatch.
Yes.
And he had a little hair. Do you, out of sheer curiosity, hair or no hair on the guy? Yes.
Hair. Absolutely.
Really? Why?
Oh my god. Why not?
But not like silver gorilla back hair, right? We're talking like.
That's what I'm talking about.
Wait, you're not talking about that?
No, because it's like usually if a guy is almost perfectly hairless, it's because he intentionally made himself that way.
Yeah.
Okay.
And there's a certain type of personality that comes along with making yourself hairless, and it's kind of weird.
Kind of weird because then you see it.
He's more baby soft than you, and you're
Yeah.
like, this is weird.
Like,
so are we talking happy chair? Or we're talking like chest.
It's like you got waxed, didn't you? Because what the fuck?
Or you can imagine them in the shower every day, just like shaving their ass and their chest.
Everything.
Well, I think the funnier thing is that like if they are like hairless, you're gonna be disappointed because you may have shaved today, but I may have not. Didn't. I wasn't expecting this to go down.
I mean,
can we reschedule for another night?
It's pretty hot.
Yeah.
Are we talking about facial hair? We talking about
everywhere?
Really on chest? Mm-hmm. See, because I only have like light hair around the nipple and a happy trail, so I don't know if girl. Okay, so that's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay. Yeah. All right, cool. Because if not, they're gonna be like, "What is this little? That's not a happy trail. That's like a happy meal. That's it. Get this the fuck out of here." Oh man, so Hoff without the shirt, sexy.
Sure.
Okay, I didn't know that. I thought all women were like hair. That's not good.
Those are weird women. I don't know what kind of women.
I'm not like I've asked either. Remember, this is an assumption. This is
see
guy
like,
thought.
Their models, they have to do that. Then fine, you know what you're getting into.
You know, fair enough. If you really think about, this has nothing to do with Guardians, but think of it this way. Think of it this way. Let's say GQ magazine. Mm-hmm. I think every person without a shirt on has been hairless. Now that I think about this,
yeah. Unless you're like an actor, they usually bring themselves.
Was Chris Pratt hairless? In this?
Fact checker.
Yeah, can we see in his search engine shirtless Chris Pratt, Guardians of the Galaxy. Oh, that's great. You know you're not, and the next thing I want you to look up is BBW. I know you don't know what that means.
What is that?
Oh.
BBW.
You know, my buddy used to, every time you let him on your computer, he would leave your house immediately, and every time he would make a BBW as your background every fucking time. No, not that he's shirtless.
He was shirtless
hairy?
in the trailer.
Is he hairy though? Does he have hair on his chest?
No.
Look closer to the screen.
Closer.
Yeah, zoom that baby.
It's like scruff.
It's lightly there.
It looks like he shaved it. And then
Is it the sign of the Ravengers? That's what it is. I love Ravengers. Oh, that's awesome.
There's another one that looks like he has nothing. So
okay.
It looks like he shaved.
Huh.
So maybe a little bit of column A, a little bit of column B.
Maybe that's what Anna Faris
It
prefers.
could be the shadow.
You know, I think it's a
Remember
little
the way they
weird that
make
they're
them?
together.
Really?
Yeah, just I don't know where they met. I don't know how they met. Like looking at TV shows, movies,
They
and
met
everything.
at Take Me Home Tonight.
Was that?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, and they grew up in like around this in the same state, so they had like a lot.
So they had something to talk about.
Yeah.
Wow, is that what movie stars normally go there? They're
Well,
like,
that-
can have a conversation.
and
It's
they
not like I had
understood
sex with this person and this famous person and that's it.
They just
I
understood-
assume they're all.
They just
doing
had
it.
a lot of like compatible things that they liked and how they
know
grew
that.
up.
Huh.
So
And she got with him when he was chubby, Chris Pratt.
Oh
so
yeah.
he
I'm
was
sure
hot when he
she's.
was chubby.
I'm,
I loved him in
Really?
Parks and Rec.
Oh yeah, that's the face.
that's that's what gets. Now we all know Tiffany likes. You
I
know,
have weird taste in men. You know this.
you have several tastes in men. That's like being like, "What's your favorite fruit, Tiffany?" And she was like, "I either like it or I don't. It's one or the other."
Hey, at least I give him a try.
There you go.
There you go.
I always say taste the rainbow. You know, whatever you want that to mean.
No. Mine is if you're brown, I'm down.
And shorter, huh?
So
Then
no,
you-
shorter doesn't matter. I like brown skin a lot.
Oh, yeah?
Anything too dark or too light. So people are like, "You're racist." I'm like, "No, you could be Indian or black or whatever, but as long as it's in a brown spectrum that I enjoy, then I'm good." I don't know why. It's just weird.
All right. Look at you.
See, so no one can say I'm racist, but I do like brown. I like it a lot. Anyways, let's go ahead. Let's continue on. Rocket Raccoon. So when he ventures on his own, first off, great person to set
Yeah.
traps. Second off,
I like how he has the music and he's just humming.
oh yeah,
Making it look like he's
yeah,
busy.
yeah, like he's actually working on something. And
Yeah.
poor little baby Groot's like, no. But his character development in this, I thought was like the same thing from the first movie because
But you
doesn't
get
he
more
cry
of a
and get upset?
personal
Yeah,
background
exactly.
of him in this one.
Did you? Because I felt like in the first one is an experiment, and he's like, "You've been ripped apart and put back together, and ripped apart and put back together," and then in this one he's just more like crying about the same thing.
Well, because like
Because
he has
Yondu
like
addresses it. Remember?
yeah, because they both have
You
that
and me,
same
boy.
thing.
Oh,
Well, it's because
God.
like he has this wall, and if someone gets close to him, he throws out like an insult. Not like on purpose. It's just who he is to like a protective
Yeah.
thing for him.
He doesn't like being pet. Nebula, no, Mantis.
Oh man, sis.
Can I pet your? What,
Your
can I pet your dog?
Your
Yeah.
puppy.
Your
He's
pet
like,
dog?
yeah.
Oh,
Drax is
man.
hilarious in this one.
So here's my question to you guys. With Drax, is he attracted to
Yes.
Mantis? Or
Yeah.
not? You think so?
Wait, I'm sorry. I thought you asked if I was attracted to Drax. Absolutely.
I think towards the
Big muscles, gotta have it.
Yeah.
towards the end, he kind of like it kind of picks up on
You're
him, like he
beautiful.
is attracted to
On the
him.
inside.
Yeah,
Yeah,
on the
inside.
inside. Wait, I don't know, but
Mm-hmm. I-
you didn't feel like that was him, like
Well, here's the
lying to
thing.
her again?
I kind of liked the fact that they set it up as if, oh, this is gonna be Drax's new crush, and it's like, well, no, actually. And I love how it's like they want you to think at first it's a romance because that's how it's so predictable, you know.
Yeah,
And there was
yeah.
a lot of super predictable elements of the
Oh,
movie.
yeah.
Like we all saw everything coming, but
it
then
was as if everybody was avoiding some sort of love.
Yeah.
yes, exactly. Walls were a pretty big, theme of the movie, but I loved how like they kept like inching towards it, and then Drax is like, oh.
Oh, that was the best part. And they're like, "What's wrong with you?" I'm actually imagining intercourse with you.
Or he's like, you're
I was like, oh.
ugly.
Oh,
You're hideous.
And Gamora's like, she's not ugly.
I wasn't trying to hurt her feelings. Yes, that was great. Now, you know what? But I don't know if I'm okay with Drax having another love interest. His wife got slaughtered in front of
Yeah.
him
Well,
because
it's not
of
really showing it, just
Ronan.
showing that he's like kind of accepting her.
Yeah, exactly. I don't
Yeah.
think he's personally ready to
Yeah,
fall in
right?
love again either, especially because you even have that scene where she's like feeling him when he starts to think about his wife, and even though he can't outwardly show those emotions, she takes it in
Yes.
full
Yeah.
throttle.
Yes.
And I think that
Oh,
really
when she
illustrated that.
cries.
Yeah.
Oh. That was trippy. So now my question is, can Drax does he have the capability to cry? Because he hasn't so far, correct?
Well, he has emotions. I mean, he could laugh.
Yeah, he can.
And he could be mad.
Would you possibly say that Drax has the highest wall out of all of them then? Because he was the only one that can't.
Yeah.
Well, and he was more like a warrior. And from where he is, so it's like you have to be strong, you know? Yeah. So you can only show.
Yeah, because Mantis was like.
Emotion.
I was like, oh shit, is it that bad? Mm-hmm. It's that bad. Yeah. All right, Mantis. Okay, for sure. Mm-hmm. That fucked up.
So he like bottles stuff in, like he doesn't want to show his weakness, you know?
So does that mean that? So since we're talking about Mantis, does that mean that Ego needed Mantis and knew because, you know, she was in her larva state and she became basically a sentient, a being, that it wasn't even like it was her child. It was more like, you need to help me sleep and get through these nights, and that's it. So she was more of a slave. Am I wrong or am I right?
No, there was definitely like some enslavement type mentality there. It was almost a little bit, what do you call that? The syndrome when you start to identify with
Stockholm.
It was a little Stockholmy, just a little bit, nothing too blatant.
And she didn't have nobody there with her. It was him and her her whole entire life.
Exactly. So imagine every time he's sleeping, what does she do? She's like, fuck, what do I do for like 8 hours now? This is bullshit.
Just roams that planet.
No, alone, I might add. And be like, can you at least make me a fucking playground, like something? Make me something to talk to. You did it to yourself, Ego. She's like, no, I'm not gonna do it. Fuck you. And goes back to sleep, and that's it. Yeah. It was her character was interesting because she had 2 powers, correct?
Well, she can control your emotions and your whole, pretty much your body.
She could read your emotions and somewot control your emotions,
and then put you to sleep.
Yes.
By, I'm assuming, putting you in an immense state of relaxation, or
maybe like giving you a really good memory.
Yeah, and you know, I feel
like clearing your mind.
Yeah, and if you want to go more like objective route, I feel like that means she must have some sort of control over like your neurological hormones. Like, she can control dopamine or serotonin, you know, and like if you give a huge
I never think about that.
Oh yeah, because she's all like, you want to feel love, and
exactly.
Like,
so
no.
There's some sort of channels maybe she can, and I think if that is the thing, then that's so badass. Like she can control your brain.
Yeah. So plus, it makes sense for Ego to have her because he is a brain, and your brain does not stop working.
Exactly.
Do you want me to read off a list of her abilities?
Oh yes, please.
So Grandmaster Martial Artist, Empathy. That's an ability, empathy.
So we all got that power, right?
Plant manipulation.
I'm a superhero.
Accelerated healing factor, astral projection, ability to communicate telepathically with the Kotati.
With her little feelers that she has.
Okay. That's it?
Yes.
Okay. Interesting. Cool. Yeah, I didn't I guess maybe she learns martial. Maybe she'll learn it in the next movie from Drax, like fighting styles and stuff. Maybe that's how she'll.
Or maybe this is what she does when he's asleep.
Yeah,
but she would have done something other than Drax help. Like she would have fought. She didn't fight once. She held her hand in a crack, and that's about it.
In a crack.
Really, guys? That's what she. Gosh, that's like the person that says button class and like, and that's exactly.
I'm 12.
Oh man, let's address that it took 2 full movies to finally get Gamora to admit that she has feelings for Quill. She says there's something at the very end.
Well, the not unspoken thing, but she also has that wall too.
Mm-hmm.
But she's also kind of like, even Star-Lord admitted he was like a man slut. Like even at the beginning, he was like, I'd procreate.
Fornicate with you. I'll show you the ways.
Yeah. What if she was like unsatisfied? What if that happened and she was like, I
mean, I wouldn't be surprised. That's probably how it would end up.
I mean, super expectation, and then
he would have talked shit and would have walked out and be like, it was like being with the blow up doll, and then like she would have heard it, and they all would have tried to like kill him.
That's why they're trying to find them. It's because he said something.
He said something negative. Well, I mean, technically, when Rocket says something bad, like, you guys are dicks, but you know, I've heard otherwise, and he winks about it, and they're like, oh shit, is it with the wrong eye again?
I love that.
That was great. Everybody trying to learn sarcasm. Even like, he addresses it too, when Quill's like, that was sarcasm. That's not sarcasm! You didn't say it in a sarcastic voice!
Or like, he's winking, he's like, oh, the wrong eye I used, huh?
Loved it. There were just little funny things to the best, funniest scene. Had to have been, you look like Mary Poppins. Is he cool?
Yeah.
I'm freaking Mary Poppins, y'all. like Yondu's coming. Yes, that was like I wasn't expecting that, and you know,
so good.
I actually heard through JoeSchmo.com that they said that they sacrificed a lot of story for the comedy, and I actually feel like it wasn't. I feel that it was so much comedy that it actually made the story to see like even in the most serious situations with the people like they're still just like. They're themselves. They can't help but like make fun of each other or make fun of things, insult each other.
It's really relative. Like when you're with your group of friends, you're always like talking shit to each other,
or your family
even, like,
in general.
Even what situation you're going through, you're always like,
fuck them.
Shit.
I hate them. Yeah, I mean talking shit behind people's back. I mean we do it to Chris all the time. I'm just kidding. I love you, Chris.
You're not kidding.
There was this one scene with, you know how Drax being pulled by the machine when they're crashing and Gamora's like holding on to her? I kept thinking of Captain America. Then I thought like, what if Gamora versus Captain America?
That would be a good fight. That'd be a really good fight.
She's really strong, and I kept thinking that helicopter of him like holding on and her holding on to like Drax.
Oh yeah,
through that shit. I'm like, damn, she's fucking strong.
I mean, technically, Cap isn't he's not Cap anymore. He retired.
Yeah.
So I don't know if we'll be able to see that fight. I don't know if Cap's gonna come in for at least the first Infinity War, right?
I don't know, cause like he's in hiding right now in the Marvel movie universe.
Maybe. What about Gamora versus Black Panther?
I mean,
about that.
The thing,
not as enjoyable.
Well, it's just you have to consider abilities and you have to consider like who they are. So you know he's like a Wakandan king and he's just a very amazingly trained fighter. Yeah. Gamora is literally an alien. So I'd like to see her like against Loki or something. Like
you know what that'd be cool.
God versus like super strength alien.
What about Gamora versus Thor?
Yeah, that could work too. You know. I think it would make more sense with Loki.
I think my example.
I just
I didn't want to say it, but I think my tone says it all.
I just felt with Captain America because they both have like the similar abilities and they don't have power. They just have really like they have strength.
Yeah.
So I thought that'd been like a good.
What about Nebula versus Iron Man? Technology versus technology.
Ooh, good one.
Yeah.
Oh, Nebula. I feel like Nebula Winter Soldier
in this movie.
Yeah, Winter Soldier. That would be
because he was actually built. Exactly kind of like Wolverine.
And then let's also have Drax versus Hulk.
Yeah,
that would be awesome.
That would be more of a comedy because Drax all like
and just a shit talking contest between Star-Lord and Tony Stark.
Yeah. Oh man.
Yes. And it's like your mama jokes, like you put them in an arena and they're just like insulting each other the whole time. I think I could live with that one.
Oh, yeah. Or what about with Howard the Duck, since we saw him appear?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh God.
He was in there a couple of times.
I nearly pooped my pants. Love me some Howard.
Do you?
I do.
And some
I do.
It's everybody dislikes the duck boobies from the from the original
so
Howard
bad.
the Duck.
Yeah.
It was great. It was weird, but it was great. I mean, wait, that wasn't Carrie Fisher. Who was it who's the female role in Howard the Duck, the original?
That was that chick.
Look, I got my boy.
You can't type in a
The
word.
chick from Back to the Future that played the mom and.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Fuck, what was? I found her attractive. I still find her attractive. She was
Leia Thompson?
Yeah.
Hey, look. Hey, I wasn't far off. What? Hi, Calvin. Why do you keep calling me that? That's what it says on your underwear.
Everywhere.
Who does that? You know how like fast a guy would go to jail if like some chick got hit by a car unconscious and he's like, well, she's like, why am I in my underwear? And he's like, I was just trying to save you. It's like, no, you did. I need to go to the doctor right now. Something else might happen. I guess back in the 50s,
back then
it was.
You didn't sue and everything was like in good nature then.
And even if that did happen, it was like.
You help somebody, you put them in bed, you take off your pants. Just like when parents did when you were a kid.
Yeah.
She's just like, is he alive?
It's
like,
platonic, right?
It's no. Shirt, understandable. Pants, that's fucking far, my friend. Nobody, no.
So what you're saying
Maybe
is,
your mom did it because, sees him as a child.
And so we shouldn't take your pants off when you get hit by a car
No.
and put you in bed.
Leave them on.
Yeah.
Sure, okay.
She could have just washed his clothes because they were dirty from the crash.
She didn't say it, but I'll run with that. Sure, that makes it a little bit better that Everything about that movie. Let's go ahead. Let's continue on. So we still have a few more things to address. One, do you guys believe that Stan Lee is a watcher?
Oh, wouldn't that be cool?
I think they just picked him from like his like little shuttle.
That's what I thought. Like
Yeah.
I kind of thought like he was like, look at these cool people, and of course it's like Stan Lee, so he hasn't really talked much through the rest of the movies, and that was a rumor for a very long time, was that Stan Lee is a watcher.
I don't think he would do that though. Like I don't think he would insert himself that
as a character.
Exactly. I don't think he would do that. I mean, I think these cameos are amazing, and I think that, you know, once in a while he interacts with like the characters, but I just don't feel like he would do that. I feel like this is his baby, and he once in a while stops by and says hi, but that's all. Like, he's not going to try to be a part of, like,
So do
the
you think
story.
this is an official debunking that Stan Lee is not a watcher?
I hope so, because
Because
even
I just
in the end,
feel
you
like
could
he's seeing like one of like
They're all leaving. He's like, I got more stories.
exactly.
one of his creations, or like someone created the Watchers, and like he's finally seeing them all come alive for him, you know?
Okay. I do feel like this was a straight debunking of that as well. It's kind of like, that's why people are like, oh my God, he's a watcher. I'm like, no, he's just having a conversation.
Exactly.
Well, he's in a
With the
suit.
Watcher.
He has a
Yeah,
helmet.
he can't breathe around them.
Come on.
I just read an article, or I just found an article on Screen Rant, and it says that it's true that his role is a watcher.
Really?
Yeah, in the series. Yeah.
So that's arguing that it isn't.
It
Can you
is,
find
it
the
is.
prime example that it says it by chance? And we'll
No,
continue saying that it's not.
Let's see. That it isn't?
Yeah, no, that it is him. What is it? What's the main argument
So
in it?
Stan Lee's role in the MCU truly revealed. His latest cameo in Guardians of the Galaxy might be the best yet.
Because here's the
They
thing.
pass a space rock where Lee is sat recounting adventures.
A little more
to
on
a
that mic,
circle
Chris.
up. So I guess in the movie they pass a space rock where Lee is sat recounting adventures to a circle of watchers.
I guess it
So
kind
maybe
of
because he
makes
met
sense
with the
because he's in
Watchers, then
it kind of makes sense because he's like in almost every Marvel movie that he is kind of a watcher because he's like
yeah, but
around
even
these
but he
superheroes,
technically
but-
drinks the Hulk. Remember when
Yeah.
the blood goes into the soda pop and he drinks it?
Yeah.
Hulk's out. So I mean, it's still hard for me to believe. The conversation that he has with him doesn't feel more like a watcher thing. That feels more like we just addressed.
Yeah, like he's just like an intergalactic
So you shooting the
tourist.
shit with someone, yeah.
It says it's reprised in the film's final post-credit scene where the aliens have enough and zip away. So I guess there's a scene where he talks.
No, yeah. That's
Yeah,
the
that's
very
the one
that's
I'm
that's the
talking
that's like the final post credit scene.
Yeah.
Is the Watchers being like, okay, and they like take off, and he's like, wait, I got a lot more stories, but it's not like, wait, brothers,
Yeah.
I got a lot more stories. So that's why
Unless they just use him to put him in these little situations in these movies, like he's in the strip club with Deadpool, and then he's like in the mental hospital with what's his name in Thor, the scientist.
yeah, but if he's a watcher, like you just said, he's the DJ in the strip club. What the fuck does that have? What is he watching?
he's just
Same thing
looking
when he
from-
drinks the soda pop. Like he may be a connection, but
Yeah.
he would be at every single battle at the end, and that's where I feel like he would truly tie in as a watcher.
Yes.
Maybe.
My opinion.
But they haven't. It's like not at the end of his cameo yet, so.
So, man, he's about to be 100.
Yeah.
You think we got more time with him? They need to fucking address this already, because
Before the ticker.
yeah, before the ticker goes out.
Unless they already shot these scenes and then they're just
They
putting
just
them
make
in,
them
you know?
walking
Post-mortem.
around
Yeah.
in green screens, just like, look, we got 8 hours with you, Stanley. We just want you to look, and we want you to be in awe or upset, and just fucking green screens galore. So they just keep them forever within the. Are
I
you
mean,
okay
they-
with that or not okay
They
with
brought
that?
back people from the Star Wars.
Grand Admiral Tonkin.
Yeah, so they
Yeah.
could bring him.
Mm,
I'm sure he's like, sure, do it. He
Yeah, I
wouldn't
know. I
care.
think he'd be down for
You know?
sure.
Because
well,
the legacy
It's a
and
matter of-
everything.
Taste.
I
Yeah,
say
exactly.
this. There's like, pay me enough
Exactly.
and I will be there.
I mean, he
All
hasn't
right,
said no
Stan.
to anything, so.
He has. He said no to Fantastic Four. Thank the Lord. He was even like, this is a hunk of shit, and like walked the other way.
Well, then there you go. But anything to make him more money.
All right, fair enough. All right, we gotta conclude it, but let's go ahead. Let's get into announcements real quick, you guys. Of course, go ahead and go to audibletrial.com/rathaus, RATTHAUS. I got my renewal on that. You get 1 month free with 1 free book. I'm actually gonna be. I can't choose between it or it's the Thrawn, Star Wars Thrawn. So I can't decide whether I want to go down which route. I feel like it's gonna scare the shit out of me and not allow me to sleep.
There is also Dark Tower, which is a good series that they're making.
I didn't want to.
Yeah.
That didn't interest me. I am interested in it because I did hear that like
the stuff that I told you.
Well, the story and then the whole thing.
Things, yeah.
Can I go ahead and spoil that part?
Yeah, I mean it's a book. It's been out for a long time.
So basically, like to defeat it, at least at the beginning, like one of the girls, like it's not going after one of the girls because the dad touched her, so she lost her innocence, and that's what it is after. So she basically allows all the guys to like have sex with her so they could lose their innocence and their virginity, and
to break like the spell that because after they thought they defeated it,
they can't escape the sewer.
In the sewer, so they were just going around and around. So she did that to like to calm them down and like also to break that innocence, and then they finally found
as the
out.
Music
That's why they're so
too.
Close.
What a nice lady.
Yeah, so
it's weird. It's so
more
dark.
like what a great author,
right?
But yeah, so I was like, oh, that's really weird. And then obviously it comes back when they're adults and stuff, so something must happen.
He wasn't dead.
One spoiler, but yeah, so I'm kind of curious as to either it or, but I know I'm gonna do one of theirs. So go ahead and choose yours, man, at audibletrial.com/RATTHAUS, and have over 180,000 books, so go ahead and try that. Of course, Geek Fuel. Go to rathouse.net, RATTHAUS, to not only listen to all of our podcasts that we have there, go ahead and click on that Geek Fuel link, and you will get 30% off your first box. We should be getting ours. Man, we're not going to get ours before WeirdCon. Damn it. Well, we at least have 3 boxes of goodies to give to you guys at WeirdCon this upcoming weekend. That is May 11th to May 14th, and we'll be having several panels giving away awesome, cool sunglasses exclusively at WeirdCon. Go ahead and download Lyft, use your promo code RHP, and get 10 rides, $5 off. If you get all your buddies to do it, you could split the bill, so you got $20 in rides, and you can go bar hopping all damn night. It's only for first-time users, guys, so once again, that is RHP, and get 10 rides, $5 off. Of course, shout out to fanboynation.com, Growing Up Not Growing Old podcast, Shane Gray Live, that hashtag show via YouTube, Radio Free Mandalore, Everything Bagel podcast, and of course, call in to our podcast at 714-684-1652. That is for the voicemail. So don't be worried. I know people call and they'll hang up because they're like, oh my God, someone's talking, and they're like, hang up real quick. It's great. It's a voicemail, you guys. Don't worry about it because we don't want like some dick calling in and be like, I suck dick.
That's going to be me. You shouldn't have put that number up there.
Now that you've informed me, I'm going to do it. So let's go ahead. Let's get into the ending. They defeat Ego, but not without Quill being saved by not his daddy. Not his father, but his daddy.
Oh,
and that's what you find out is that Yondu is basically... He's saved Quill, and that's the thing is that Yondu, man, it's getting emotional with the music and everything. Yondu got kicked out of the Ravengers because he was doing stuff for Ego, but finds out that Ego was killing the kids, saved Quill, and raised Quill from there, and accepted that he had to be a father to... I'm gonna cry.
Yes.
The music's just too much, and you find out, man, I really am gonna cry. That Yondu basically like, I did this all for you, and saves Quill with his dying breath.
Exactly.
I actually thought that when they covered him and they were gonna burn him to send his space ashes into space, that he was gonna lean up and be like, no, I'm kidding you guys, I'm fucking alive, I just need to be warm. It didn't happen. But the great thing was it does address that at the beginning, that the flags will never fly for Yondu as a Ravager. They're never gonna acknowledge him as it. But they end up informing, the Guardians inform what Yondu did, and they give him the send-off that he deserves.
The Ravager send-off.
But not before Quill gets his mixtape Volume 2 destroyed, unfortunately, by Ego. But he gets... Now, here's the thing. Here's the thing, people. Mathematically, with this movie, they address the birth of Star-Lord. And it says 34 years later, so that is 2004. When these bad boys, Zunes, were popular.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
So apparently, right before, I don't know, I forgot what he said. He didn't say before Yondu died, but he said something along the lines like, we got something for you that has at least 300 songs.
300 songs.
And it was a fucking Zune.
Oh my gosh.
That was the best. I was like, what?
Yes. So Tiffany decided to bring her Zune in. Still working.
Yeah.
Still kicking. She's got Death Cap for a cutie on here. Deep Purple. Some Death Clock. Man, you got variety.
I have
a woman after my own. Oh my God.
You got Devotchkas on here, dude.
Devotchkas, what a throwback. Are we the same person? Holy crap.
Probably. Wow.
million stuff in there.
I don't even know. Oh, Presley. She's got Elvis Presley on here.
Oh, yeah.
So, yes, the Zune is brought back. What did you guys think when you saw that?
Oh, it's so clever.
I was like, holy shit.
It's so clever.
I loved the Zune. It was my favorite MP3. And then, like, I had to switch to iPod because they stopped making them. And, like, they
Windows
Yeah.
failure. Which I wondered, was it in 2004 when they stopped making them? So maybe Yondu was like, I gotta grab these while I got the chance, and like went off.
Well,
or
he
like,
is a collector of his own.
Yeah. So that was interesting, but we do get that. We get one post-credit scene of teenage Groot.
Oh my gosh.
So I think that's where we're at
That
currently
was great.
now.
He's
in
like,
the
clean
timeline.
up your room.
And you hear I love how you can hear his voice crack like he's like kind of hitting puberty. He's like, I was like, oh, Groot, you're at that time.
We also get...
So like now I know what Yondu was talking about.
Yes, we get the original Guardian scene back together. We're missing one. What is it? We addressed the Watchers. There were
Silver
5.
Surfer?
Silver Surfer.
No, he wasn't.
No, Adam Warlock.
Yeah. He comes
Adam Warlock's
later.
cocoon. That is the gold people. They're like, well, I created like the perfect thing to stop Guardians. So we get Adam Warlock's cocoon, which is weird because his cocoon was technically in Guardians in the first one, and it was held by the Collector. So
Well, his
then we have
place
his cocoon
exploded,
again.
so I'm pretty sure someone just picked it up and they bought it from a person.
You think the gold
probably.
people bought it?
I'm pretty sure because his whole place like fucking got damaged. Remember?
Yeah, but I mean that doesn't make sense to me. Maybe.
I mean, there's a lot of people like trading shit in that
So I think we're missing.
skull like planet.
Did we already address all of them? We got the gold people, we got the Watcher, we got the Guardians, we got Teenage Groot. We're missing one more after post.
Hasselhoff.
Yeah.
Was Hasselhoff a post credit?
Well, they showed him in the credits when they're like dancing, and he's at the end and he's like singing.
That was
No, but
amazing.
we have one more. What the hell
that was
is it?
Wasn't it?
Well, there's a total of 5, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
and that's why we had the first one was the original Guardians.
Yeah.
The second one is Clean Up Your Room. The third one, I don't remember what the third one is.
Pissed off gold lady.
I think that was the fourth one. And I think the fifth one was the Watcher. So we're missing one more.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, we can't think of it, guys.
Post credit.
Oh gosh, we're going down. I think Chris is pulling it up. Chris, you got it?
Yeah, I'm trying.
Damn. I can't believe I forgot it. 4 or 5? Was it Knight Rider?
Kraglin practices with Yondu's arrow.
That's
what it was.
Stabs Drax.
Oh gosh,
Yeah,
that was hilarious. Yeah.
Oh, man.
There you go, Tiffany. High five. Good job.
I'm so glad I experienced that.
That's our podcast in a nutshell. Constantly missing
Yeah.
high fives. But yeah, that was the very last one. So there you guys. That is our brief, I guess not so brief summary of Guardians of the Galaxy. Do you guys suggest people watching it?
Hell yeah. Only if you like good movies. Only if you like laughing and maybe potentially crying.
Did it?
Yeah.
Wait, there was this one. It says the post-credits scene might explain all of Stanley's cameos.
Which is the
The
Watchers.
Watchers.
When I pulled up, yeah.
Yeah, the
Okay.
Watchers. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't consider it the Watchers or not. Yeah, we know. So
Hey, I'm always waiting 15 to 30 minutes after when we're supposed to like film, okay?
Okay, so obviously good. Was there anything bad that you guys thought of the movie?
There's nothing bad. I mean, they totally changed the whole background of who Star-Lord's father actually is.
Yeah, originally.
Because he was a king, but
yes, in the comic books, he's a king, and he's supposed to like take on being the king, and he's like, no, screw you, I'm gonna be Star-Lord.
Because they didn't agree upon things. His father wanted stuff his way, and Star-Lord didn't agree with that. And James Gunn said like reason why he changed it, because if he was to keep it original, it felt too much of a Star Wars theme, which he wanted to break out. That's why he went.
Which
to
a lot of people
go.
were expecting in the next
Yeah.
one. One thing I didn't care for, I thought there was a little bit too much murder in it. There was a lot of fucking kids.
Dude, that was the best
great.
scene.
It was a PG-13 movie.
Dude, but come on, when Rocket
but the amount of
so
shit,
cool.
literally shit, the word that was said and the killing, it made me uncomfortable with the 5-year-old kid that was next to me.
I'm
Was
sure
it
that
your kid?
It wasn't, but I'm gonna
on.
have a kid,
You're
so
being
you know.
such a dad right now.
I am. I'm like, I wouldn't
a
take
lot
my
of
kid to
kids-
this movie.
Fucking loved
A lot
it.
of kids see more on regular TV.
No, they
and I
don't.
feel
Yes,
like
they
and it
do.
was
They say
like-
shit on regular TV now.
Yeah, and,
Yeah, but
and the
that's-
violence was like counterbalanced by all the funniness and the humor and the cuddles.
So
and,
remember
you
that,
know,
people. Murder is okay.
It
if you
wasn't
laugh
like
after.
Logan where they
Exactly.
showed like the fucking knives going through their heads and stuff like that.
It could have
They
been
did. They
worse.
showed like a hole going
Yeah,
through that
but I
one
mean,
guy.
But it wasn't bloody or gory.
really
it was only
wasn't.
So
was
death is okay if
tasteful.
there's
Yeah.
no blood.
It was a short little
death.
scene.
It was like the
it
side
wasn't
boob
like
of violence, you
It's
know?
the
Yeah.
side boob.
exactly.
Oh, what about you? Did you, Jay? Did you have anything that you didn't care for much?
Honestly, I mean, there was just kind of the structure of the film. Again, like I said, like there were some extremely predictable elements, and I didn't want to be that Scrooge there. That's like, okay, well, obviously his dad's gonna betray him. Oh, Yondu, you know.
Oh, shit, I didn't get it till halfway into the movie.
really?
And it just, I just
Remember, I'm expecting Thanos, so I'm like, fuck this side story. Where's Thanos? And then I was like, oh, this is our bad guy. Oh, okay. And that's when I was like, okay, no, he's gonna turn bad. It was the baseball scene that's when it caught me, because I was like, this is too fucking weird.
Oh, I love it.
I ever like noticed. I'm like, real family. Yeah, they always screw you over. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
Can we just? We didn't mention it, but the part where he's like, "You can make anything you want." He's like, "I'm gonna make some weird shit."
Shit.
Yeah.
That
Or
was
like
so
he turned into a Pac-Man.
Yes! It's like,
So
to
good.
defend him is ego turns into himself, which is kind of, he thinks of himself. And what
Yeah.
does Star-Lord think of Pac-Man?
Pac-Man
Hell
is like the
yes.
best thing.
That's my boy.
All right, you guys, make sure to follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Comics After Dark. Jade, where can we find you online?
I could be on the Instagrams at Jade Stradamus, JADE.
Is that really your last name?
No, I wish.
Thank the Lord, because I was like,
Miss Stradamus.
everybody's like, Jade. I'm like, Jade. I can't pronounce her last name properly. It's Jade.
It's
She's a
Jade.
cosplayer. She's
my real last name is Kim, so they're probably like, you can't pronounce Kim.
I know, right? See, now I just got my
Poor
fucking foot up
man.
my own ass. Great. Well, yeah. Other than that, you guys, that's about it. Thank you for watching Comics After Dark for the Real Comic Fan. I'm your host, MTR, also known as Matt the Rat, and as always,
Tiffany.
with special guest
Jade.
Till next time, you guys. Later.
Bye.